What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you to the semifinal. Oh, that feels nice. Woo. Although that makes me a little sad. Because that means you now, in a couple of days, will be switching over to college baseball.
That's true.
And
some high school seniors' careers are over officially, so that's sad.
I didn't even think about that either.
That's sad.
Well, let's start with this. Thank you to every high school senior graduating and finishing their baseball career this year for all the memories, for all the fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
This year has been amazing.
It's been a fun year to cover, for sure.
I've
had a good time.
It's been parody. It's been, like Billy Tellis hitting double-digit home runs.
Seriously.
We had all sorts of Trevor Elliott strikeout. Like, we had amazing statistical categories in everywhere. Kids committing to all sorts of major colleges.
First rounder this year.
We might have two. Spencer Jones. He's healthy. He's swinging the bat.
Be epic.
You know what else would be epic? If we could accurately predict who's going to move on from the semifinals to the finals. So here's the situation that we got. Technically, this is the fourth round because everything is double elimination at this point. So there are the if necessary games still to be played. But we can call these these are the semis.
Yeah.
So with these being the semis, we can start to project out.
Yeah.
If this team wins today, they get an extra day off. They're set for the finals. If this team loses today, they're a little bit, they're
have to win twice.
Exactly.
Now, right?
Well, yeah. So there are. This is now down to where we talked last time about these extended seasons. This is where it gets into the really makes a huge difference. If you are the team that is, we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off before our finals, or we just got Thursday, Friday, and we had to burn off it. Like it's big. So let's start in Division 5. Dave, the Morse Tigers. Out of the 4 seed, they are still rocking. They are going into this with no losses. They are taking on Calvary Christian. They are the one-loss team. So Morse needs 1. Calvary Christian needs 2.
Yeah.
How do you see this one going down?
I picked Morse every game since the beginning. I like Morse a lot. Calvary got their back against the wall right now, so I take Morse in this game for sure.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that. Morse does seem kind of like the team of destiny in this division, if you will. Their Instagram even posted 1 game away from history. This would be a very big win for their program. Tommy Morris also has Morse. On the other side of the bracket, we have Mount Miguel, the 6th seed, who, Dave, still has not allowed a run in the playoffs. Mount Miguel has still not allowed a run in the playoffs. They play Kai Saderstrom and High Tech High Chula Vista, who is, like you said, the team with their back against the wall, needing a pair of wins.
Can I just tell you what happened in that game?
Yeah, please. Please.
So High Tech High actually lost the game, and they protested against Orange Glen. Orange Glen used a pitcher for too many outs. So Orange Glen won the game. They got disqualified due to using a pitcher too much. So High Tech High Chula Vista has got a second life. I do like them against Mount Miguel. They're a strong team. They fought against Orange Glen. It was a tight game. I'll take High Tech High.
For a pair of wins.
For a pair of wins, back to back.
Fair enough. I will go with Mount Miguel. I'll give High Tech High 1, just because I don't think that Mount Miguel will go the entire playoffs without allowing a run.
Right.
Which if they do, we'll just rename it the Mount Miguel Trophy.
Impressive.
Yeah, the Matador Trophy. Tommy Morris also says Mount Miguel. Let's move on to Division 4. The number 1 seed, Southwest San Diego, the Raiders. They are going to be taking on Maranatha Christian, who has battled through the consolation bracket. So Southwest San Diego just needs 1 win. Maranatha Christian needs a pair of wins. For Southwest San Diego, this feels like their year. A lot of their team is seniors. They're big. They're strong. They've scored a ton of runs in a lot of these wins, including a 12-1 win over Palo Verde in the last round. So, Dave, how do you see this one? Southwest San Diego or Maranatha?
I like Southwest. I mean, they're a strong team. Maranatha, props to you guys. Very good season. I think Southwest is going to come out on top this game.
I'm going to say Maranatha wins 1, but Southwest wins the second one. Southwest, like I said, this is their year with big seniors. It's kind of how we saw Maranatha a couple years ago with Zach Bridger win a championship because they had their big loaded seniors, and when you just have that size advantage at the plate and guys that can mash. Tommy Morris also takes Southwest San Diego. Other side of the bracket, Mount Carmel out of the 3 seed just keeps on winning. West Hills has had to battle out of the consolation bracket. Who do you see here, Mount Carmel or West Hills?
Gosh, Mount Carmel's playing some tough games right now. Beat Sweetwater, Sweetwater beat Mission Bay, and to get there.
So Mount Carmel has beat Sweetwater. They've already beat West Hills once. That have been their 2 games.
Yeah, I like Mount Carmel in this game.
I agree, and this is a very interesting reflection on the league systems of Mount Carmel plays in the Palomar League. They have to play the RBs, Powways, all those teams. They take real hard losses during the regular season, but then they bounce back in the playoffs, and they look really strong. So credit to them for strength of schedule. So I would take Mount Carmel. Tommy Morris will make it a clean sweep. Moving on to Division III, this first game really excites me. Mira Mesa, Coach Fowler, Jason, just putting together some big, it's a crescendo. Like every year has been slowly building his last couple years at Mira Mesa, but now this is a big season where they keep winning these validating games in the playoffs. They've beat University City, and the interesting thing that you start to see about these playoff brackets is this is really becoming a best-of-3 series because Mira Mesa beat Valhalla already once. Now Valhalla has to beat them twice. Mira Mesa has to win once. So, Matadors or Norsemen? Or Marauders, sorry. So Mira Mesa or Valhalla?
Yeah, so Mira Mesa has pretty much got the advantage here. Valhalla's going to throw O'Sullivan. Mira Mesa's got a bunch of horses still left. They probably throw Thompson today to get the win in Victory 1. He's their best pitcher. I got to take Mira Mesa here in a really tight game. Mira Mesa's been playing a bunch of 1-run games lately.
But you're saying Mira Mesa wins outright first game.
Mira Mesa wins the first game, and that sends them to the playoff.
I will say Valhalla wins the first one, but Mira Mesa takes it in a third game. Other side of the bracket, we got San Pasqual, the defending Division 4 champs. They could be back-to-back champs with Eliza Jackson, Jansen Loveland, and that squad. They have to get through Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry has to beat them twice. These two have not met up in the playoffs yet. So, Dave, how do you see this one?
Gosh, this is the toughest pick for me. I like San Pasqual, but I also like Patrick Henry. They've got a bunch of hitters this year.
And that's called hedging your bets.
They've really played tough against Mira Mesa, so you might see Mira Mesa and Patrick Henry back at the championship. But, if I'm going to take a team, I think it's San Pasqual. I think it's their destiny this year. So all the way to the championship, Mira Mesa
And
San Pasqual.
I will go with San Pasqual as well. Tommy Morris agrees with us and goes Mira Mesa, San Pasqual. Division 2, Classical Academy, the Caymans, they have beat Claremont. They have beat Santana. They now play Santa Fe Christian. Santa Fe Christian, they're looking strong. They've got a pair of shutout wins the last 2 games. So they're playing good baseball. We've seen great baseball from them. Do you think Classical Academy, though, has it in them to finish off Santa Fe Christian this season, or does SFC have a pair of wins?
I don't think Classical can be beat at this point in the season right now, so I'll take Classical.
Just outright first game?
Yeah. That's pretty much how my picks are going. I'm thinking a lot of these teams are just going to try to shut.
You're playing the momentum. You're playing the hot hand.
Shut the door, get to the championship.
You're going with the smart picks. You're playing. You're laying up. You're taking the easy bets. I will say Santa Fe Christian wins a pair of them in an absolute shocker. I think that the last 2 games have picked up a ton of momentum for SFC. And
they're a good squad. They were in the top 10 for me this year.
Playing shutout baseball like they are, I think that they have a little bit of something. Other side, Bonita Vista and Sage Creek meet up for what has to be one of the more interesting plot lines. Sage Creek all season long was an absolute terror, just destroying people. Bonita Vista kind of flying under the radar, but now in the playoffs, Bonita Vista has already beat Sage Creek once. They've beat Point Loma. They're now playing Sage Creek again. So I feel like just if they can win this and get to the finals, it's already a validation for this season. Yeah. But you just got to start talking about, man, they might be the biggest threat left in the 4 teams in this bracket. So how do you see this one going, though, Sage Creek or Bonita Vista?
I think if any team could shut down Bonita Vista, it might be Sage Creek. They've got a good backstop. They've got good pitching, but I think Bonita Vista is just too hot. They've got way too many hitters right now. They're averaging 8 runs a game, and if that's the case, they're usually going to play defense and pitch a little bit. So I got Bonita Vista here.
Just outright winning the first one.
Yeah.
I will take Sage Creek to win the first one, but then Bonita Vista to win the second. But in a narrow game, in a game of great hitting. Tommy Morris has Classical and Bonita making the finals. On to Division One, Granite Hills, they have to win twice. Grossmont has to win once. Grossmont looking for a three-peat as Division One champions. You got to think that right now they know how to handle this situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a major league team being in the World Series back-to-back years. I mean, they're calm, there's no nerves right now. Grossmont's on a roll, and then they've got the rest from last week. They pitched everyone. Now they've got everyone back again, ready to go. So I'm going to take Grossmont.
I will also take
right to the end of the bracket.
Westview and Madison meet up for the second time in the playoffs on the other side of this bracket. Westview needs one win. Madison needs a pair of wins. How do you see this one going?
Westview's another team that has literally led up into 0 runs hardly in the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 runs in their last game against Madison was the first time they had scored.
0 and 0. So 2 runs in 3 games. Their pitching is ready to roll again. I got Westview.
I will take Madison with a pair of wins. I think that this is a very tight, it's close games both times, 1-run types game. Tommy Morris takes Granite twice for the major upset and Westview for the win. We go now to the open division. Eastlake will take on Torrey Pines. Eastlake needing only 1 win. Torrey Pines needing a pair of wins. And on the other side, Poway and Helix will go at it.
These games have been so nuts. They've been wild.
Great tournament. Amazing bracket.
This, I mean, 1-run games, you know, a single is the difference between the game. A hit by pitch, it's like these games have been separated by such tiny margins. It's been so fun to watch. I'm going to take Eastlake all the way. Eastlake's way too strong.
You think they're going to outright win it? Or you're just sending them to the finals?
I'm sending them to the finals right away. Torrey Pines.
Saying all the way sounds like you're already predicting a round out that Eastlake is.
Eastlake is so strong. They've got a ton of momentum. When you watch their dugout and everyone gets up and ready to, you know, it looks like anything can happen at any moment for those guys. Torrey Pines is an extremely solid team. They've had to battle like no other to get here, and Eastlake has not had that route as much. So I'm going to take the team that is floating above water slightly.
Other side, Poway and Helix. I'll give my picks. You're on a roll. I want to keep watching this.
Helix. Props to you guys. I should have had you guys in my top 5 this whole season. Your record wasn't indicative of...
Apologizing late very rarely works to Helix fans base.
A solid squad. Gosh, with Helix rolling right now, it's hard to go against Poway because they're so close. I mean, can I get a 5-minute decider? Can I think about it?
Sure. I'll tell you that Tommy takes Eastlake and Poway in the finals.
So he's got Poway. What do you got?
I got Eastlake and Poway. I think that Poway. I mean, we saw them get here last year, and we've seen Eastlake tear through it. So Eastlake's the easy bet. Poway and Helix is the coin toss game, but Poway got past LCC. Poway got past all sorts of teams that we were like, oh, that team's going to struggle with them. And I think that there's just something about this senior squad that we saw start last year when, as the 8 seed, Poway came through to make it to the finals, that it's just, for whatever reason,
Richardson.
They're just good. Jordan, they're just really good.
I got Helix.
All right, fair enough. A split decision at the end. We need to hear from you. We also just need to go watch these games. I mean, my goodness. We will be back later this week with a finals edition. And then it's just oh, man.
College ball.
College ball. That's a whole nother show. Maybe we'll just have to start a college podcast just to get that, just to get our baseball fix. Thank you very much, sports fans, for sticking with us, and we will see you in the next round.